Good evening all. Thought I'd make another quick video just to help show some nice quick ways to navigate through Adobe Acrobat to view the PDFs for the schematics. And the standard way of moving around using the mouse or inputting the numbers up here or using the arrows is quite painful, and it can take quite a long time to get from one page to the other, and then to sort of follow the schematics through is a nightmare. However, there are some nice little quick links to make this better. And the first thing to do is, if you've previously seen the video that I posted before, and that's to do with having some mouse software that allocates buttons on your mouse to actions on the specific programs you're on. If you want to look at that, get a bit bored, it will give you some clues, and you just assign it in this particular program to do certain things, and it does make life a little bit easier. So I've got buttons for zoom in, zoom out, and other sort of little functions. Now, the main issues I find with this program are literally moving from one page to the other, even if you know what they are. So you can type the page numbers in here, and it will take you directly to them. Again, it's hands off of your mouse onto the keyboard, and that's not time consuming, especially if you've got your board in front of you and you just want to find out what a component is, or where it is, or values. The arrows are quite quick. However, if your pane looks similar to this, now I've obviously turned a few extra buttons on, which you can do under a view. You need to open up a specific navigation pane. So what we're looking for is show and hide, navigation panes, and then we're going to go down to something called destinations, and that will open up this to the side, and this particular item at the top here is also quite a good view if you know your page numbers. So for instance, you know you want to go to page 37, you can click that and you're done. So you can jump around quite quickly, and I know I'll be back on page 7. That's quite a nice way of getting around the place. However, we have another even better method, which is this. So it's called destinations, and quite simply it's a shortcut menu, and you say what page you want to be on and it remembers it. So for instance, I want to set a shortcut for this page, and the way to do that is you go into new, you then title it, which is rail voltages, rail volts, and do that, and all of a sudden you now have it linked. And this is on a Mac, by the way, just in case you've got a Windows machine, it works exactly the same too. Double click it, it will take you to the page, and now, as long as you can understand your own shortcuts, you can get from A to Z quite quickly. And that, for me personally, I thought was a great time saver. If you're running a little small screen and it's becoming a bit of a pain in the arse to sort of use your real estate, because you need as maximum view here, obviously this could be slightly painful, but it's better. If you clear the screen, go to full screen, we have another way to actually hone down the movement within the actual schematics. Now, for instance, we're on the page that highlights the one-wire system, and as you know, if you're ever trying to follow this, it goes all over the place. Now, when you know, it's relatively easy, but you're still going to need to know the page it goes to, and then that's when the destination menu can come in handy. So you know, you could go to the power system, double click the power system, and you can look around the place to work out quite where you want to be. And then comes this next function, which actually takes a small piece of programming, but nothing serious, which will take you exactly to where you want to go. Over here you have tools, comments and share. Under the tools menu you have this little thing here called a link. Now that link will do many things, but mostly the link will allow you to put a destination box underneath here. So I want to know where that goes. I click that and it takes me directly to it, which was here. So I'm here and I've checked some voltages and I need to go back. I press that and I'm back again. So it gives you a link within the actual schematics. The other nice thing about this is, as you can see here, we're in a zoomed out view, and here we're in a slightly zoomed in view. And literally all you have to do is have the page set to how you want to see it, press the OK button, and that's it, it's done. It's all linked in. So I want to find out where the sys1 wire goes, press follow. Well, blow me if it doesn't go to the SMC. So again, backwards and forwards. How easy is that? It's brilliantly easy. The way to do this is quite straightforward. So let's go to say, let's go here. No, let's not go here. Let's go to here, for instance. So this is an overview of the power system, and let's say I want to go somewhere very specific. So this little beastie here, U7200. The way to do this is you go to link, you get a small little cursor, and you draw a box, and then you get this little screen popping up, which allows you to basically modify, so visible, rectangle or invisible, which I'll get into a little bit later. Invert, outline, inset, you know, not really relevant to be honest, unless you're going to design something very specific. This is how this box is going to look up here, and this is what you can do when you click it. So you can go to a page view, so we can choose the page we want to be on, we can open out a file, we can go send it to a web page. So if you know that there's some information on a web page that you want, you can go straight there, or you can do a custom link, which is highly customizable. So we do next, and then we get this little box popping up, which basically says go to wherever you want to be, zoom into the size you want it to be, and press set link. Let me just move that off the page. Here's our box, and we know for a fact that this little system here, the U7200, is going to be, now this is where it becomes a little bit painful, because you have to manually go to wherever you think it will be, and I think it's round about, it's around here somewhere, it's here. Okay, so there we have U7200. So there's the overview of that, and let me bring this back in. Now I've got it at the moment set at this zoom level. Now should I wish to come in, zoom in a little bit, I can do that. In essence sets where I want to see that. When I'm happy, when you've got enough information on here, set link, and it's now done. So whenever I click into here, it will now take me straight to that page, which is very good. Now, next thing is, remember this page number, it's 3. because you cannot action this until you either use the hand tool or the selection tool. When it goes orange and you put your hand over it, it does that, takes you directly to here. However, when you're here, you might also need to get back to it for the overview again, in which case we go over to link. We can then put a little box there. We can do this, and we go next, and then we just have to set the page of where we want to go to. Well, I know we wanted to go to, was it page 7? Let's have a look. Nope, it was page 3. I think it was page 3. Again, this is why I said, remember, here we go. Yep, page 3. So now I'm in page 3. You set where you want it to go. Yep, that's the zoom level I want. So you do set link, and now go back to the hand tool. So, yep, it goes backwards and forwards. Okay, so, which is quite a nice way of getting from place to place. So when you're mucking about with these schematics all the time, for the sake of a couple of minutes setting up, it can get you to places very fast. However, what you might notice down here is this. I've set this up to actually be a data sheet. So when you press it, you have the data sheet for that particular beast. So you can link all sorts of bits and pieces to anything on the page. Very, very useful, very useful. It just takes time at the end of the day. So if you have the time to sit and do this, it's absolutely brilliant. Now, orange box doesn't mean bugger all. However, if we then go into comment, we have the ability to put arrows, make boxes, change the text, basically do all sorts of things. And to make this a little bit easier, click the box, come around here, draw around it, making sure you don't cover too much up, and we can type in there something. Overview, and because it's a bit big, if you highlight it, right click, again this is a Mac, and let's go to subscript, changes it, and I can hopefully change the box size. And that's it done. And what you now notice in the background is that orange box, which is the selection box, which we don't really need to see. So the only tool that allows you to access that is this one up here, which is called select an object. And obviously I've just selected the object, and we can increase it to the same size as the box, so wherever you press will be active. And the other thing we can do is to go into properties, and you'll get this little box popping up, and then we can go invisible. Now if you'd gone invisible from the beginning, it would be very hard to work out where to put your box around, which is why we change it towards the end. Now again, also in here we've got actions, so it's got go to page 3 and to fit to width. That's how I had it set up, but you can modify everything in here. So hit edit, and it allows you to change what page and how you see this. And that's a nice simple option. We go back to the hand tool or the select tool, and as you notice, overview brings you back to overview, and the same thing down to here. Again, we can put box in, bring it round, and type something in there. I don't know. Might type its name in there, which is U7200 and oops, that's that. Job done. We're in the hand tool, so as soon as I go back over it, it moves backwards and forwards. Again, what's happened now, orange box, select arrow, bring it in there, properties, and then we go invisible, click OK, and job done. And back to the hand tool or the select tool, and that will take us backwards and forwards wherever you wish to go. And actually this is quite a good view to set this up. So if you were to set up, you know, all the little go-to boxes, link boxes on this page, you could initially come to the power system page and just go to wherever you wanted to very, very fast, which is from my point of view quite good. So for instance, you're here, this takes you to the backlight fuse, and again that takes you straight back. Naming your boxes is probably quite important realistically, because it does give you the ability to get to somewhere quite quickly. And I have to say, the other thing I have noticed is these boxes, to change their sizes, although they've got corners that appear to be available, getting them to work seems to be a right pain in the bum. Doesn't matter how you drag over the corners, they do not want to work. They're very sensitive, and I don't quite know why. Top right one is the one that always seems to work for me personally. That's a sort of a brief overview of how to move around the place. Now you might also find over here you have the ability to change existing text and do all sorts of other functions. However, when you come to do it on the board, on the schematic, you won't be able to do it, and that is purely and simply because it's locked. They have a security feature on the Adobe stuff, and that means that you can't change this particular item. Now if you went to be clever and what I know, I'm going to save it as, it still takes the security protocol with it. The way to change this on a Mac, and I think I have highlighted it before, the way to change it is you open it in preview on the Mac, which is quite straightforward. You hit the space bar when it's in your Finder window, and that will open it up in preview. You do save as, call it whatever you like, then open that back up in Adobe, and all of a sudden the security protocol has been removed. Right, well, I hope that's been of some use. If you have any things to add, then please add them in the comments. That would be lovely. If you don't like this, well, I don't know what to say really, sorry. And if you do, enjoy. Right, speak soon, goodbye.